example number 12, the best way to solve this one is to try and get rid of all of your fractions first. And you do that by multiplying by the common denominator. And the common denominator here is 6. So I'm going to take this 6 and I'm going to multiply it by every term, and that's going to get rid of my fractions. When I multiply that, I get 60 equals, and now the 3 and the 6 cancel. I have 2c minus 24. C's here cancel, plus c. The next thing I'm going to do is combine my like terms. So on the right side, I have a 2c and a 1c that I can combine to 3c. Now I'm going to move my 24 over to the left, and I'm going to do that by adding 24 to both sides. So I'm solving for c, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3 to get c all by itself, leaving me an answer of c is 28. I'm going to go through the same steps on number 13. I'm going to multiply by my common denominator, which is going to be 35. So now remember, when I'm multiplying here, that 35 is 35 over 1. So when I multiply, this is going to give me 10x. And when I multiply here, this is going to give me 28. And that's going to equal 175. Now, go ahead and move your 28 over by subtracting. Divide both sides by 10. X is 14.7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define my variable. X is going to equal the amount of money I make per hour. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my equation. And if I work 4 hours on Saturday, I'm going to take my 4 hours and multiply it by the amount of money I make per hour. Add it to the 8 hours I work on Sunday. And I'm going to add my $50 bonus, and that should equal $164. Solve this problem by combining my like terms first. Now move my 50 over by subtracting 50 from both sides. Now divide both sides by 12. X is $9.50. So I earn $9.50 per hour. Number 15, I'm buying some online concert tickets, which cost $37 a piece, plus the service charge of $8.50 a piece. And then the website also charges a transaction fee of $14.99 for the purchase. If I paid $242.49, how many tickets did I buy? So let's define my variable first. X is going to be the number of tickets bought. And now I need to write the equation. So if I take the $37 for the tickets times the number of tickets I buy, add it to the service charge of $8.50 times each ticket, and then add it to the transaction fee for the whole purchase, it's going to equal $242.49. I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms, giving me 45.50. Move my $14.99 over by subtraction. And now divide both sides by 4550. And I have x is equal to 5. So I bought 5 tickets. Example number 6, let's solve this. I'm going to go ahead and multiply by my common denominator, which is going to be 15. Now I'm going to go ahead and move my variables to one side, and I'm going to move them to the left. So I'm going to move my 9x by subtracting 9x from both sides. Now move my 60 over to the right. I'm going to do that by subtracting. And I now have x is equal to negative 90. Example number 17, I'm going to go ahead and move my 0.25f over to the right so that I have all my variables on one side. I'm going to do that by adding to both sides. So I have 1.25f now on the right. Now move my 3 by adding 3 to both sides. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 1.25 so that I have f all by itself. So I have 7.2 is equal to f. Number 18, I first need to distribute the first set of parentheses, giving me 3h minus 12. And then distribute into the second set of parentheses the 1/2. So that's 12 minus 3h. I'm going to move my 3h over to the left, and I'm going to do that by adding 3h to both sides. Now I'm going to move my 12 over by adding 12 to both sides, giving me 6h is equal to 24. I need to get h all by itself, so I have to get rid of the 6. And I have to get rid of the 6 by dividing. So h equals 4. Example number 19, I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 20. Now I'm going to get my variables to one side, so I'm going to move this 5n over to the left. When I do that, my variables cancel on both sides, which means this is a special case. So I take a look at what I have left, and 0 does not equal 80, so there is no solution here.